What is up, guys? It is Saturday, August 23rd at 11:39 a.m. I have a late start to the day. Of course, I'm going to school tomorrow, and I have been kind of just slacking with everything for like the last 2.5 hours that I've been awake, just very slowly going through the motions of doing things that get me closer and closer to finishing up packing. Anyways, I'm giving myself about 3 hours to run and to go work out, because I have not lifted weights in 8 days. I don't know if you could tell, but I have not lifted weights in 8 days. So now I need to go and do arms and maybe even full body. We'll see. But anyways, I have 3 hours to run and to work out and then to eat a lot of protein. And I have to work in about 4.5 hours. So I'm kind of screwed, but we're going to figure it out. I'm going to make it work. And yeah, it's gonna be a great day. Let's go. Oh, I just got these new Saucony Endorphin Speed 4s, the white Vizzy ones. They are freaking pretty. I love them. We're running in them today. Bandana, check. What's up, guys? So first, thank you for watching. Thank you if you made it this far. Now, the message of the video is listen to your energy. And what do I mean by that? I mean, listen to your body, listen to your mind, listen to your soul. When you feel like you can push yourself, when you feel that you can go have a really good workout, go for a really good run, something like that, go do it. Go do it, because we all know we're not always going to feel 100% all the time. And yeah, sometimes we have to be disciplined and do things regardless of if we feel like it or not, but you know yourself best, and sometimes you know whether you should really take some rest or really take some time off, and you also know when it's the right time to push yourself. So as you saw in the video, and based on my running stats, I pushed myself a little bit harder in this workout, and I mean harder relative to how my runs have been based on coming off of this injury. And the reason why I did that is because I felt good enough to do it. It's because I felt confident in my ability. I felt confident in my recovery that I could push myself a little bit. And I knew that I could handle it. And I was right. So sometimes we need to push ourselves at the right time, but also you need to listen to your body and recover well, and listen to your mind too. We deal with many different types of stress, and some of it is physical stress from training, other types is mental stress from just being stressed out, and then we also deal with emotional stress. So you need to sometimes balance all of those and recover properly in all areas, not just in the physical ones, but in the mental and the emotional areas as well. That's the only way that you're going to be able to consistently make progress. And as you saw in the beginning of the video, I said I had a little bit of a late start to the day. And that's okay sometimes, especially if you're consistently waking up early, if you're consistently getting a lot done. It's okay to sometimes have rest. It's okay to sometimes have a later start. It's okay to kind of have a slow morning or a slow evening. That's okay. And that's something that I've had to come to terms with, because sometimes I feel like I'm wasting time if I'm not checking off things on the to-do list. But you need to understand that sometimes those slow mornings, those slow evenings, those mornings when you sleep in a little bit, those are what progress you just as much as doing the work. Like those times when your body and your mind and your soul can fully rest and fully recover and recharge are just as beneficial as those mornings when you wake up early, or those late nights when you continue to train and work hard when other people are sleeping or out partying and stuff like that. You need to understand that the recharge, the recovery is just as important. And you can't, I don't know, sometimes I think that life's not about balance. And I do think that. I think that everything is good in moderation, even moderation itself. That's a saying that I like a lot. And I think that there is a balance and there isn't a balance. I think that you can have balance as long as you're making progress, but you need to find the balance between recovery and work. That's a balance that you must find out. You can work harder than other people and be unbalanced in that area, but still be balanced to the point where you're recovering and you're recharging properly, or better than others too, right? We need to listen to our energy. We need to listen to our mind and our heart and our bodies, because if you don't, you're going to start to resent what you're doing, because your journey might be making you tired. It might be making you exhausted. And if you're not taking the proper rest, the proper recovery, and doing these proper steps, then you are going to start to resent your journey, because it's going to be making you feel horrible. It's going to make you feel exhausted and weak. And that's where you need to find the balance. So I guess that's what I'm getting at. You need to find the balance between the work and the recovery. And yeah, sometimes you need to work out based off of feel. That's what I do a lot of the time. I just wanted to add this part in really quick. So earlier in the video, I also said that I took a 8-day break from weights, or maybe even a 10-day break from weights. I don't remember, but I took that break because my body needed it, because I was training so hard over the summer that I knew that my body needed a break from the weights. And I also was starting to enjoy it less and less because I was working so hard, because I was pushing myself to the absolute limit. So my body needed a break, and I gave it that break. And because of that, I was able to come back stronger and healthier and feeling better and more energized. And I was lifting more weight and having better workouts because of the rest that I took. So that's what I mean when I say sometimes we need to base it off of feel. Sometimes you just need to take a break, and you need to embrace that and get comfortable with that and take that break, and then you're going to come back stronger and you're going to come back with more energy. A lot of my workouts and my runs are planned by how I feel. I can get great sleep one night and feel like I'm physically not prepared the next day, or I could get bad sleep and feel like I am physically prepared the next day. And that is why I base my workouts, I base my routines on how I feel. I base it on my energy. Because if I'm just writing everything down, like if I have a 3-week plan that I write out today, then I need to be accountable to show up every single day that I have a scheduled workout, right? But I don't know how I'm gonna feel in 10 days. And this is why I base things off the week, and then I go day to day. Because if I have some big plan for 2 or 3 weeks, right, or longer, and if there's one day when I'm like, I just can't do this, then I feel like if I don't do it, then I feel like I'm undisciplined, and then I get in my head. Or if I end up going and doing the thing even when I know it's not good for me, then I just feel worse the next day, and then it takes me even longer to recover. So this is why I plan out my week, and then I plan out my day. So I have, for runs, for example, I have a week set up for runs. I have a plan set up by the week, but then I go day to day. Sometimes I'll miss a run, or sometimes I'll add in a run. It all depends on how I feel. So you need to just listen to your energy, listen to your body, listen to your mind, because we need to recover in many different areas in our lives, and you cannot neglect any of them. I've gone through phases where I've neglected my emotions, or neglected my physical fatigue, or, my mental fatigue. And it's just not good. It's not good, because in the end, it just takes you so much longer to get back to your flow state, right? So find your flow state and do whatever you can to stay within that, stay on that state. And the only way to stay in that state is by listening to your energy. So I hope that made sense. I hope that helps. And just keep working, keep making progress. Don't quit. Never quit. Never quit. Listen to your energy. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it if you made it this far. And I will see you in the next video. Peace.